I'm so happy to actually see Berserk back on back out there up on like a weekly series. I'm actually really happy to actually see it out there again, pretty much like showing us the story of Guts. And of course, if you read the manga, you pretty much know where this is at, what is going on, or pretty much like if you saw the first episode of the original 25 episode series, then pretty much you kind of understand like where all this is going, because of course it does pick up like the intro of this series alone pretty much tells you what had happened prior to Guts being the way he is now, which is that it covers like the whole thing of Guts and Griffith, of him joining like Griffith's army, him being imprisoned, him sacrificing all of his friends like to become a super demon and stuff like that, Guts tearing off his own arm and losing his eye, and of course Griffith, man, like forcing himself upon Casca, of course. But there's only one problem that I kind of have with that, or at least like with all these updates to like the Berserk story. Casca's actually a black girl, but they always make her white for some reason, or less like that. They always make her light enough or lighter to where that she always appears white or light skinned. That girl is my color. I don't know why they keep doing that, but whatever. But this story, it's a very good introduction into jumping back into Berserk. You know, of them having these, I believe it's only one kingdom or 3 kingdoms, but they're trying to find the cause of all this demonic convergence and stuff like that. And because of that, they're on the hunt for the Black Knight. In this case, it's Guts, of course. And then we see Guts pretty much doing his thing of out there murdering and killing anybody who pretty much comes his way. And of course, these bandits, they did kind of get the wrong idea of actually trying to fight the guy. But then again, in this a world where now demons are slowly becoming a thing, I don't know why they're hanging out in a possessed forest where like all these crazy like wood cultists, man, like used to cut up people and string them up on trees and whatnot. But apparently they decided to do it, and of course the trees come alive and eat them. Go figure. But still, with that though, this does actually kind of feel like that it's that perfect story of a guy who's just endlessly being hunted by demons and monsters. And actually for the most part, for this to come out, or at least like this to have been created like so long ago, and give or take with its art style, because a lot of people, they do have a problem with its art style, and they like either 3D or 2D, they kind of just complain about the art style, is not all that bad. Actually, it's actually a really good refreshing type of story of just saying like that our main character is just a guy who wants to find purpose in his life and has a lot of power, but also on top of that has a lot of grief and pretty much has a very interesting purpose to kill off this guy who had done him and so many of his friends wrong in the past. So I really do like this story. Now they do kind of talk a little bit about like what's going to happen next, and of course we do kind of get our little comic relief character, in this case like in a small fairy called Puck, but you know, it's just a little silly fairy. But other than that though, these it seems as though is that these people who are trying to capture Guts, either they're trying to find out what is going on or they're trying to beat some answers out of him. I don't know, but pretty much the brand that is on his neck is slowly starting to activate and draw in more demons the more like that he gets like whenever he takes a rest. So it's very dangerous to be Guts at the moment. But until then, I'll see you next time on the next Jongravesshow. Please watch Berserk. I highly recommend this show to people, even though it's only been 1 episode. Really look at it. I'll see you next time. I'm out.